Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're doing part 2 of the build of the Lego Technic Street motorcycle. This is how far we've made it in part 1. Basically have the rear wheel, we have the motor attached, or I guess the fake engine. You can kind of see those pistons turning. So we have the rest of the bodywork and the front suspension wheel to build. So that's what we're going to start on now, is the front wheel and suspension. So we'll start with this big black shock absorber. See, it's got the spring in there. Attach one of these axles and then some thin lift arms. Couple more thin lift arms. They show it approximately right in the middle. That's actually pretty close. Looks good to me. Never 7 long. Has a half bushing on there. Have our big front wheel and tire that I've already put together. Just slide it on. Slide our bushing on. I have the next shock absorber. And another half bushing. Okay. Slide these black pieces just to where they line up with this axle hole. If you pass it, you can slide it back a little bit. A 5 long axle. Just barely push it in. Won't push it in all the way just yet. Put that off to the side. We have a little sub build to make. So 3 long axles. Alright, we're building quite a bit of small little pieces. Have this little thin 1x Technic beam. Kind of just like a pin bushing, that I like to call it. Alright. axle all the way through. One more axle. This goes there. Alright. So, we take this piece. See, we line it up. Like that. Push this through. There we go. So you can see that creates our front steering. Move that to the side. I think we're going to build some steering handles now. We have 4 half bushings on each one of these axles that's sticking out. That's going to be what is the grips, the steering grips. Okay. Next we have this T-shaped piece. Has a couple studs in it. Let's see. Okay. That goes through there, and that piece attaches there. Alright, so that was pretty complex just to get a little steering motion going on there. So I'm going to bring this over, line it up with this hole right there. See that one piece sticking out? We're going to line this up down here and then push the axle through. Come on. Okay, and then a couple of these 2 long lift arms to lock that in place. All right. There's a kickstand to hold the bike up. camera just slightly so we can see the whole thing. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to start building the bodywork. So I'll leave that kickstand out, move it to the side. And we need that. Oh, there it is. A couple of these modified 3 long friction pins with a axle. Getting down to just a lot of small little connectors. And some body panels, so we kind of know we're getting close when that's about all that's left of the parts on the table. Got these 2 long, thin lift arms. Slide it through this thing. Sandwich another one on the other side. These. Now we have these little flex axles. It has a little bar. Slide that bar inside of that Technic pin that's sticking out. And that'll hold it together. Rotate it this way. Insert it in there. Now we have these little angled pieces. Bring the back over. This goes right there. Rotate it around to the other side. Panel number 5. And sticker number 10. These stickers are tricky to get on. They're long and skinny. Okay, that one went on somewhat easily. That body panel goes down there. Panel number 4. Attach this piece. Panel number 14. It's there. 2 friction pins. Sticker number 11. And sticker number 1. Goes there. Yep. Panel number 4 and sticker number 6. Looks like we're going to finish off all of our stickers for these panels. This little crossbar piece pulls those 2 panels together and holds them on so they won't come off. It's also where we're going to attach some more flex tubing, or these little flex axles. And all this is really going to do is kind of create some smooth lines. To kind of see how it creates that little curved line. Alright, so let's finish off the last few panels. Sticker number 8. And sticker number 3. There. Next we have this ribbed tubing. And these are extremely tricky to get on because the Technic pins that you're trying to put them on, they actually have little notches on the top, and it makes it almost impossible to slide them over these things. They really have to come up with a better design if they want to keep using these, because it is really hard to put on. So what I'm going to do is actually slightly disassemble them, and it'll actually be easier to put on. As you can see, I have to get it over that first little ridge and then use my fingernail to pull it down over it. So now they're on there. So what I can do is basically reassemble this on there and bring this one around, put it back on there. So it goes on a lot easier when I slightly disassemble them. And then we have to do the other side as well. Alright, let's do this final panel first. And this is also our last sticker. Remove those two pins. There we go. So that completes the build of the Lego Technic street motorcycle. So the functions are the back wheel, when it turns, you can see the little piston, fake engine in there, rotating the pistons. There's actually two spots you can see them. There's full suspension. Of course, you got your kickstand. So you can see the back suspension and then the front suspension. And then you have steering. Front suspension seems a little weak, like it's bowing out the whole bike, but rather than the springs going up and down, it seems like it's going out. So that's kind of a design flaw, I think. But anyway, not a bad little set. So thanks for watching. Tell me your thoughts. Put a comment down below. Make sure to check out my other videos, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.